Something troops, STRUX in here today with a brand new video, and today I have got a competitive S&D class setups video for you guys to watch. Still early days in the game yet, guys, so everyone's still finding out stuff. There's going to be attachments and weapons that are tweaked and nerfed and all this sort of jazz, so could change yet, but I'll do an updated class setup when that happens. But this is just for if you're just starting out in competitive, like just beginning to think, right, okay, I'm getting bored of pubs on this game now, I want to move into playing some GBs or CMG. So I'm going to show you a few standard class setups, guys, right? So we'll kick it off with the M4, right? And because there's 100 odd attachments on it, I'm going to rattle them off really quickly, because this video will be like 12 minutes long if not. So on the M16, M4A1, sorry, everyone uses a stock M16 Grenadier. Now this one isn't even debatable, everyone just uses it. Damage range, you've got bullet velocity and recoil control, pretty standard. This is open for debate. I like the GI Mini Reflex, some like the Viper sight, some people like, what else have I seen, the Operator Reflex sight. Personal preference, I prefer the Mini Reflex on the M4. Stock, Singuard, Arms Invader, most people are using that. A lot of people are actually using no stock as well, but personally I just prefer the Singuard Arms Invader. Rear grip, rubberized grip tape, which basically just gives us recoil control, and Ranger foregrip. Everyone's using this on the M4, so it's just recoil control and aiming stability. As you can see, there's like cons down below it, so sometimes I try and balance it out through the classes on what I'm using. I'll run through my secondary attachments because the secondary is the same on every single class, so you get to see whatever's on this one, it'll be on every other secondary class in this video. So on it, I've got just the standard muzzle brake. I've got the Forge Tack Enforcer, which is kind of the same as the last attachment, the M16 Grenadier, but on the M4A1, which is basically just damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, pretty standard. Here it's match grade triggers, which is basically just the speeds of fire rate, because we know this is, I keep calling it a deagle, but it's a 50 GS whatever. The fire rate on it's pretty slow. Stippled grip tape just for aiming down sight speed, and I like to use sleight of hand. That's more just for filling the attachments up, if anything. Onto perks, guys. So really the only two perks you'll actually use is EOD or double time, but for the M4 you're going to be not going to be sprinting around much, so I like to use EOD, which is just sponging nades, basically just like flak jacket. If you're playing on GB, if you're playing on game battles, you'll have to use Ghost because Hardline's banned because it gets you closer to streaks. But if you're playing on CMG, Ghost is banned, so you're gonna have to use Hardline. So just bear that in mind. It's those two perks there. You've got to change it up depending on what website you're playing on. And then of course everyone's just using Battle Hardened, which is just basically like tac mask, just resistant to stuns and EMPs and that. I like to use a frag grenade and a smoke on that one. So moving on to the MP7. Right, so on the MP7, my attachments on this are the FSS Recon, which is the same as the Grenadier on the M4A1. Damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, pretty standard. I've actually got no stock on that, but some people actually like to use close quarter stock. I just prefer no stock on my MP7, don't really need it. Some people also use sleight of hand, but in search and destroy I don't really need it that much either, so usually used to kind of staying alive a bit and not running and trying to kill 3 people in S&D. I like to use the rear grip tape as well, aim down sight speed, sprint fire rate, 60 round mags, just a wee bit extra ammo just for if you do get into a gunfight with 2 or 3 people, and then Merc foregrip. Some people are using Ranger. Personally I just prefer Merc, because if you're sprinting around, that hip fire accuracy is going to do you quite a bit of good. Now on this I've got a combat knife. This is basically just so as I can sprint to places faster. There's not many times I'm going to pull out my pistol when I've got an MP7 in my hand, so just using the knife just to sprint to places quicker off the spawn. I like to use EOD, Ghost, Battle Hardened, and then I like to use frag and a stun. So moving on, we've got the MP5, which is probably the second best sub in the game. I'll show you this. We've got the FFS Mini, aim down sight speed, movement speed. I don't actually have an optic there, I don't know why I clicked on that. F-Tac collapsible. Some people like to use the TAC ultra lightweight. I prefer this one. The collapsible, just movement speed, aim down sight speed. I like to have FMG just in case you have to try wallbang doors or the bomb. Stippled grip tape and Merc foregrip. Again, knife, and I've got double time. So this is basically my USAIN Bolt class. It's where I run to get someone off spawn as quick as I can. So I've got double time, Ghost, Battle Hardened, and then I've got a sticky nade, Semtex, and a stun grenade just for like stunning and nading crosses whilst I get to places. So that's my rush class. I've got another MP5 class as well, which is the exact same, apart from exact same attachments. The only difference is I've got EOD instead of double time on my PERK 1 right here, and I've got smoke instead of a stun. And finally, we got the FAZE STRUX class, which is basically just a sniper class. I don't really use it this much, it's just more because I'm not that good with a sniper, but I have it on my class just in case I need to. So my attachments on this are the SINGUARD Arms Pro, which is just damage at range and bullet velocity. I like to use the thermal scope. I haven't really actually tried out the normal scope on it, but thermal scope just works for me, even though you can't see through smoke. I'm hoping they're actually going to change that. SINGUARD Arms Assassin, just for like the sort of quick quick scoping basically, so you can aim down sight quicker. FMG standard, just in case you need to shoot through walls or anything. And stipple grip tape, again aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, so just to be at the stop and kind of shoot. Same before the 50 GS pistol, same attachments. I like to use EOD, Ghost and Battle Hardened, and on this I like to use a frag grenade because it's a bit more range when you're throwing them, and the smoke. So guys, that's basically a quick rundown of all my classes. Really quick video, and I've probably kind of murdered it speaking through it, but hopefully you can just pause the video and check the attachments and all that on the guns and make your own classes as you want, or verify them, slightly tweak them from my setup to whatever suits you. But if you did enjoy the video guys, please drop a like on this, please comment down below, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on, notified every single time I upload a video. Trying to hit 300 subs before Christmas. We're currently at 233, so a wee bit to go yet, but I'm feeling confident, so fingers crossed guys, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao ciao.